It's been an interesting week, that's for sure.
Interesting week.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting, month.
It has been.
Or month and, weeks. It's a blessing to be here right now.
It really is. So I hope that we hope that your week has been filled with blessings. And we know that as everyone's lives are filled with challenges as well. But we can only hope and pray that the challenges that you're encountering will, of course, enhance and make you stronger and wiser, and you'll be able to move on.
Right.
So as you know, every week that we get inside of the reality of love, we always have a plethora of interesting topics to cover. Last Thursday night, we did the Quiet Storm Live.
It was live
from Newark at the Key Club. Shout out to everybody in New Jersey for being so generous and for giving so much of your heart and helping those in need. We had so many donations last week. It was phenomenal.
It really was. Honestly, it just shows that when there's when tragedy strikes, there are people that really care about other people.
The tri-state, the folks of the tri-state, we may be tough in attitude, but we're resilient, and we do know how to embrace and help each other.
We might be tough, but New Yorkers are really sensitive. I noticed that. If you, as long as you don't get in our way in rush hour times, we'll help you up. We're not all bad, We're not out to rob you, but just stay out of our way. But we're pretty good with helping you out.
The school teacher look is really being tough and soft at the same time.
Yeah, this is my holiday smart look, my festive, intelligent look. I'm trying to go for.
Well, happy holidays to you. Look, we want to continue to kind of our conversation that I just started a little while ago on air
on
WBLS. Can you build a relationship into a marriage if a person in that relationship has a child? And we have so many people who have been kind to hold on, so I think we need to just kind of jump on that.
Go right into
I know I got Renee. Renee? Renee?
Was Renee singing?
Renee, are you with me, Renee? Renee?
I'm good.
Renee.
You want me to hold on or turn the music down or what?
Is this Renee?
Yes.
Okay, Renee. No, I need you to turn your radio down. Do that for me first.
Oh, okay.
Turn the radio completely down so we can have a quick conversation. If you're calling in tonight, 212-545-1075, just turn your radio completely down. We'll talk with you. You can look at us online at the same time. Just go to LennyGreen.com, go to WBLS.com, click on the Quiet Storm page, and we're right there for sure. Renee.
Yes.
Thank you for calling. You're calling to, well, first of all, Renee, say hello to Indy Smith.
Say it again?
Say hello to Indy, Renee. Okay, Renee. So, Renee is
say that again, Mr. Lenny Green.
So this is, Renee, give me your thoughts on the topic.
The topic question was?
Can you build a relationship into a marriage if one or two people have a child?
Yes, you can. It all depends on, basically, male has a child. It all depends on if that woman wants to deal with a child. On the other hand, flipping around, a woman has a child. Does that man want to deal with her child? I'm going to say yes, because I love children.
Well, I mean, why would you even get involved with somebody if that factor wasn't on the forefront? That's what I want to know.
Basically, I would get involved with someone, basically, because that's me.
Well, I hear you, but my point is...
And if they have a child, you know what? That child is in my life right about now.
But if you wasn't ready to deal with a man with a child, why would you allow yourself to get involved with him to begin with? You follow me?
Well, if you're not ready to be involved with children, then you should not get involved.
Sound point. Sound point.
You should not get involved with someone that you're not ready. You don't have any children, and you're dealing with a man with a child. If you're not ready for children, you should not be involved with a person with children.
Hey, Renee, sound point. Thank you for calling tonight. I appreciate the love.
You know me. I always take it on the personal level.
Got you. Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you for the feedback, and you have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Well, I'm waiting for my tickets now.
All right,
Y'all
well,
owe me something.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm like on here. You know, I represent when I can represent.
well, hold the line, and we'll have Sierra tell you about tickets if there's any tickets to be given away. But thank you for calling.
Not a problem, Lenny.
All right, bye-bye.
Love you.
212-545-1075. That's the love line to call. Big shout out to our girl Sierra. My girl Sierra is holding me down on the love lines tonight and answering the calls. You can call in and express yourself. I know we have, we're dealing with this topic first, but you probably have another topic because I gave Indy last week this book by Dr. Ian Smith called The Truth About Men.
Some of the truth about men.
Well, first of all,
like it's some of the truth.
Anyway, you know what? I'm going to deal with you on that in that little sarcasm that you and Sierra are talking about in just a moment, though. But who else is on the line, Sierra? Courtney. All right, we'll deal with Courtney. Hello, Courtney.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Okay, let me just first say that I am enjoying your therapeutically relaxing music.
Nice.
I'm visiting from Barbados.
Oh.
Barbados. I love going to Barbados. I've been there on 700 occasions, and I can't wait to go back, my brother.
Great.
I want you to say hello to my co-host, Miss Indy Smith. Say hello to
Hi, Indy. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
Okay. Nice
So-
hearing your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Have you been to Barbados, Indy?
No, never been to Barbados.
She don't know where she's meeting, Courtney.
You're missing the 3/4 of your life, Cindy.
Wow, is
That's
that
a nice
deep?
way. That's a nice way of putting it, brother.
Wow. Okay, well, I have to get there.
No
Yeah,
question.
you must do that. You know.
Okay, it's time for a vacay anyway. So you know what?
Matter
of fact, you hook it up.
Oh,
Okay,
see,
no problem at all. I can do
we're
that
gonna
for you.
we're gonna hold you before you hang up, and then you hook it up.
brother, I'm not gonna let her trip you up on that. See, I read all the way through
I was
that.
trying to get us both to go.
Anyway,
Lenny.
whatever.
You know what?
You just ask when you get there. You can just ask for Courtney. Yeah, I'm sure they'll get you.
I got you, brother. Hey, man.
I'm on the radio like 3 days a week, with a spiritual program. So
see
in
that?
Barbados, so.
We can talk about Jesus. I love it.
So
yeah, well, I just to the subject that you're discussing.
Yes, sir.
I believe if the person, whether it's male or female, I believe you're talking about, can wrap it around their minds or into their hearts. Maybe they can start at being a godfather. Have you heard? Are you familiar with the word godfather?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they can start as a godfather and then start from there. And I'm sure that the relationship could grow from there.
I think
they would treat the children or the child
like
he
their own.
or she's.
Right. You're absolutely right, brother. Absolute sound point. Do you know about that term, Indy? Godmother, godfather?
I do.
Have you ever been a godmother?
No, because someone asked me, but I was too young. I was too young to take on that responsibility, and I let them know that I wasn't prepared. Because in my opinion, I know if anything, God forbid, should happen to the parent, you are responsible for bringing them up in the spiritual light, and I wasn't prepared for that. Like I am now. But I wasn't prepared at the time to take on that responsibility. So that is it's a very important role that people just take lightly just for title's sake.
But I believe that we need more of those today.
Yeah, we really do.
Especially mentors,
we really do.
Godfathers, and they act like God, they're fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you're right, brother, for sure.
I'm sure that would help the families.
Hey, brother, thank you for sharing that insight with us tonight. Appreciate that, man.
And I thank you, too.
And I'll look forward to seeing you in Barbados one day.
Yeah, sure. Just ask for Courtney, and they'll direct you to me.
That's what's up.
Or you can check with CBC in Barbados.
Yeah. Are you in Barbados now, or you're in New York?
No, I'm in New York right now. I'm going back there next week.
Next week. Man, I wish I could jump on a suitcase, that's for sure.
Well,
but have fun, man.
Happy holidays, Courtney.
This is the time to be in Barbados when it's cold like this,
You're absolutely right.
It really is.
All right. Take care. God bless, and you all have a good night.
Cheers.
Good night.
I'll continue listening to your music.
Thank you, brother.
Good.
Bye-bye. This is The Reality of Love. I'm Lenny Green.
I'm Indy Smith.
And we're talking about this very interesting topic. topic one for tonight. We're going to probably hit another topic before
You
we
know
go
what,
on.
though? I want to shout out Denise, who called in, who said that she was waiting for her husband, not looking for him, even though she had children.
Right.
Like, I think when you have children, your mindset should be, bring me someone that's beneficial for my family, not just for me to fall in love with that will accept my kids. No, accept my whole life and want a family, build a family. But if you're not ready for the other parent, and someone else brought this up, to be in your life, I don't think you should do it, because they come along with the children also. They really do, whether they're absentee or not. Like, if they're absentee and the child has issues with that, that's a residual effect that you're going to have to nurture in that child. Like, it's a lot of responsibility.
That's a very responsible person to for one, pray that well, to ask for a person to come into their life for that purpose and meaning.
Yeah, that it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
This is the reality of love, and we deal with a lot of interesting issues that relate to us in different ways when it comes to our relationships, or when it comes to love, or even sometimes when it comes to sex. We even talk about that.
We haven't talked about sex in a long time.
I know, we're really overdue. I want to bring in this doctor who I met not too long ago, and she's a sex therapist, so maybe I'll try to get in contact with her by next week.
Okay.
Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So
it is.
It is.
You can do some recaps next Thursday, and you're eating turkey. You can tune in. Whatever you didn't get to see tonight and the weeks before, you can
just rewind it, baby, for sure.
Right.
Let's go to number 2 and speak to Brother Jason. Hey, Jason, thanks for calling, man. Lenny Green is here.
Hey, how you doing, Lenny? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Appreciate the call. I want you to say hello to my co-host, Indy Smith. Say hello to her.
Hello, Indy. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, Jason. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. I got a hot one for y'all. I'm glad you brought this topic up.
Uh-oh.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, well, I met my wife 13 years ago, and at the present time when I met her, she had an 11-year-old daughter, and I had just took custody of 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy. And today we've been together now those proud 13 years,
wow.
And we also have a son now that's 12 years old. And
wow.
we got our kids through college and high school, and now we only just have 2 living with us at the present time from all the ones that we had when we first got together.
So, man, what's the secret, man? How did this work?
Well, I listen to a lot of Lenny Green, Kissing After Dark. I go on a lot of boat rides with Big Frank. And, I worked around you a lot in Shayla.
Yes, sir.
And, listening to good music and going through good vibes and loving one another kept us together and kept us strong. Now we're just trying to get these 2 last ones out the house so we can start partying and doing our thing.
I hear that.
I understand. But what is the key ingredient for someone to be accepting and someone to get into a relationship to possibly lead into marriage, knowing that that other person or both may have children?
Well, basically it went like this with us. We wasn't thinking of the children being an obstacle. We were more concerned with what we could do for each other, and we built around that, and then the children just fell right into play, and we just kept it going strong, and I'm looking for another 15, 20 years, whatever it's going to be with the one that I'm with, because she stood by me, and I stood by her, and greatness stayed with greatness, and that's all it takes.
You're right, brother.
That's amazing. So you would say that the nucleus is you and she, and the strength of your relationship, you prioritized your relationship so the kids felt secure, and you all basically got through it that way. Like, the kids respect you all's relationship, therefore it's easier to love as a unit in a family?
Yes, all the way, because it's basically like this. I would rather kids grew up in a home with 2 parents than 1 parent, and that was our main concern, because that's how we grew up, with 2 parents in our homes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, brother, Jason,
I wouldn't want no kid to be out there without a dad around them or a mom. So.
Right.
Well, brother, you have been blessed and will be continue to be blessed in many ways, I'm sure, man.
Yeah.
But keep doing your thing, and I know those children are definitely loving the situation, the home that they are in, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all the way. Thank you, Lenny, for doing such a great job. And I'm going to keep listening to you, so stay on the air, right?
By God's will, yes, sir. Thank you, man.
All right, no problem.
Have a great
good
weekend.
night, and you guys take care.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy.
Aw.
Hey, that's what it's all about. 212-545-1075. Let's talk about it tonight inside of the reality of love. You can try to reach us simply by joining us on our Gmail account. You can email us, realityoflovelive@gmail.com. Please make it a point to post up a question, any question,
Send
tell
your
us
comments,
about it.
yeah.
Yep.
If you don't
like
issues.
Indy's lipstick, whatever the case may be, we'll definitely, because
You trying to say you don't like my lipstick?
you're killing my cup. This
is my cup now. Isn't this adorable? It's plastic. Oh, was this supposed to out you? Isn't this cute? Whatever. And it's juice, y'all.
You know what? I found that right? But the lipstick is never gonna.
The lipstick is gonna come off.
I get
you
a
didn't
Brillo
say
pad.
anything to Sierra about her lipstick.
I got lip gloss.
There you go. Ding ding.
I have on lip gloss.
We're gonna go
and
back to the
lipstick.
lines and get
Whatever.
more reaction.
You know
from
what?
this.
Do we have somebody? We have
yeah.
another caller?
Yeah, we do.
Because nobody's saying the dirty
Anyway.
about the subject. I'm gonna get on the dirty of it.
Welcome inside. Hello. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Todd Henderson, and believe it or not, I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Oh.
Hey, I appreciate you calling, man. How are you tonight?
I'm okay, thank you. Are you guys live on the radio right now?
We're live on the radio. We're live online.
Oh, okay.
If you go online, you can actually see us, and we're talking to you online as we speak, my brother, at LennyGreen.com or WBLS.com. Click on the Quiet Storm page, and we are there.
All right, I'm looking at it right now, yeah. It's roughly about a 10-second delay or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it probably is. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. This is real cool, man. Well, let me just say, getting straight to the point, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I worked for a while over at WNEW Television.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I was a page, and I actually met you when you were working at Channel 5
you know what?
a couple of decades ago.
I had a feeling you were going to say something like
you
that.
just getting called out tonight, boy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going back a ways, man. Actually, that was I was interning, then it turned into a job for me.
Oh, great. As a matter of fact, you had invited me when you worked for, I don't know if I should call the call letters or not, but you had worked for another radio station, a college station, and you had invited me down to when you were interviewing Evelyn Champagne King.
Wow.
Do you recall that?
Yep, it was 91.5. It was Mega Evers College.
Exactly,
Yep.
yeah. And you had invited me down. And
You got
I
a
came
great
down.
memory, brother. You got a great memory.
Yeah, well, it was cool. My first time ever seeing a live interview via radio.
Well, now I guess it's the first time you're seeing a radio interview online and with the visualization.
Yeah, it sure is.
Technology is wonderful.
Yeah, I was just turning through the some of the New York stuff over here, and turned to a WBLS just see what was going on.
Well, I appreciate
and
that.
I saw your name; it looked familiar, and I said, well, "Let me look it up." And bam, there you were. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, man! I knew him, from a couple of decades back."
Yes, sir.
So,
You do.
Yeah. So, I'm glad that, you're doing well and everything, and got your own show and all of that. So, I just wanted to say that, I'm really happy for you, and,
Thank you.
I'm just, I was surprised and really happy to see that, you got on what is, arguably my favorite all-time radio station.
Well, thank you, brother. I mean, you know what? If you're from my part of the world, meaning the Northeast, we grew up back in the day listening to WBLS and Kiss FM, so no question.
Yeah, we sure did. Did.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you also, man. I was stunned. This is old news, but I was stunned when I was going through, I think it was Jet Magazine back in the mid-'90s, and they said that Frankie Crocker had passed. And I was like, wow, what happened here, you know?
Yeah, it was
and I had called up a buddy of mine back in Brooklyn. He said, yeah, man, he had passed. I was like, wow, so, that was, how far back this whole thing goes, man.
Yes, sir.
Going all the way back to,
this year makes the 12th year anniversary. He passed away, he transitioned in 2000.
Oh, it was 2000, huh?
Yes, sir. But, his spirit, his presence, his style still lingers on, for sure.
Yeah. I actually met him out here.
Because he used to be out in California a lot.
Yeah. I met him out here in the L.A. area. It was a pre-Grammy Awards show.
Right.
And, he was one of the hosts.
Right.
And just happened to catch up to him, after he gave away the awards and all of that. And, I said hello, told him I was from New York, and, grew up listening to him and all of that. And, he was very nice and everything, so. Yeah, so.
Well, brother, I appreciate the call tonight. I thank you for it. Thank you for the surprise. Great. And hopefully you'll make it a point to lock in with us and what I do Monday through Thursday between 7 p.m. and midnight, whenever your time permits. 7 p.m. to midnight, East Coast time, of course.
Oh, okay, great.
All right.
All right. Well, good listening to you. I'm trying to watch this, as I'm talking to you.
Yeah. It's going to be a little confusing, but you know what? You can go back and review it at another time. But I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you.
Okay. All right, man. Once again, really happy for you, man, and keep up the good work.
God bless you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Just never know how life is going to do. Mm-hmm. It's twists and turns.
You meet a lot of people, Lenny. They call you up.
I've been very blessed to have met
exposed
some people over
a lot of exposure
for sure.
Yeah.
This is the reality of love. I'm in the studio, of course. Global Vito, our producer, is here. He's holding everything down on the music side on air as we do Reality of Love for you. And of course, we have Sierra, who is answering the phones and just being of great assistance. Appreciate that, Miss Sierra. And then we got this lady right there, who, she's a very interesting topic in itself. Anyway, just to talk more about the topic that we did have, though, for tonight. I'm losing my voice. But can you build a relationship into a marriage if a person has a child? I do think it is possible. But I also said, and you may have missed it, that it really depends on the parenting that was done with that child, whether it was the father and the child or whether it was the mother and the child, prior to that other person coming into the life. Because if you come into a situation where there's a child and the parenting isn't cool, it makes it very difficult and challenging to the person who you decide to be with. So I do feel that it can possibly grow, but it all depends on what kind of work you've already done way before that person has gotten into a situation and a relationship with you. That's for sure.
Right. Like, the reality of the situation is, more than not, there are going to be insecurities, conflicts, changes, things that might strain a relationship naturally. And we want to be good people and say, oh, yeah, I would accept someone's child, and I think children are wonderful. And I'm going to play the other side of the coin. Children are wonderful, but yes, depending on how they're raised and depending on the other parent that may or may not be in the picture, if you have children, that's one thing. The obstacles, the day-to-day hardships that come with being a single parent. If you're coming clean, no kids, I'm just like,
you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
If you can assume that the kids will like you.
You hope. You hope.
Right. And a good parent is going to naturally take their child's side, or maybe not let them spoil what you have, but you're gonna support them. It's all about the child, really and truly.
It really is.
You know, your
As it should be.
needs come later. Right. So there's a lot to think about when dating someone with children.
But you know what?
And does that parent that you're dating understand boundaries? Because if you understand that your relationship is most important and the child can look up to that, they might feel like, my child comes first. Well, then you fighting a losing battle. Because you really are. Because if the adult doesn't know boundaries or have any boundaries, they'll let their kid do whatever. Really and truly. Let them run their emotions, which will in turn affect you in the relationship.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, some kids do purposely manipulate, and they're children. They're going to do that if they feel threatened. And you're supposed to be able to nurture that, but they're not supposed to be able to control you as an adult and manipulate your choices in who you're with, especially if it's a good person. So, as a single lady, I deal with the single fellas with no kids. Because I've been there. I've done it.
Well, you know what? It's so hard, though. It's so hard. In the reality, I'm not saying it's impossible to find people without children. I mean, I don't have any children either. But the reality of us finding that is really, it's really rough because the average person.
Shout outs to Denise.
The average person has at least one child. The average. I mean,
we're not average though. See, that's the thing.
Right.
We're not average.
We're not average. You're right.
No,
I get you.
Sit and like if I can think and justify someone not being there, I can just as easily justify someone being there. Like I'm not gonna. I've done it before, so I'm not. I have two. I don't know if you want to call them ex-step kids, but they're not kids, they're adults. And we're still close. We're very close. But the scenario in that case was they lived in London and we were here. So I wasn't
really
raised. Exactly. We had a distant relationship, which allowed us to be close because when they came, we were fun. Right. I was fun. I was vacay to them. I was equated with New York City and hanging out. I wasn't a disciplinarian. I didn't break their father and their mother up. They were, so the scenario was different. So it worked. I've been in other cases where it didn't work. And so either way, you still want to be a responsible and available adult for the child if you're going to get in that child's life. You go in, you come out. You go in. That's not cool either. You're building a whole nother relationship with that child, and I don't want to be responsible for breaking a child's heart because it didn't work out.
Neither do I.
I don't want that title. I don't want that. That's
unfortunately, I've been down that road, and it's a terrible road to go down. Terrible road. So please remember to think more than beyond you and think of the child.
Yeah.
I would be thinking about the child, and I don't want to take a child through an emotional roller coaster because it's terrible when you get involved with somebody and then because of the parent,
right.
You're going through challenges and that, and then the child sees you 1 minute and doesn't see you for another minute, and then you see you again.
Selfish. I'd rather be selfish on my own.
Damn it, you're right. You are right.
And I'd rather be selfish on my own and say, no, I'm not dealing with it, than be selfish and hurt a child. That's just irresponsible. Well,
every parent who thinking oddly should pay attention to what Indy just said. This is the reality of love, baby. We're keeping it real and keeping it regular. I was trying to read something off of the text that we got. From the reaction to this topic before we move on to the next topic, because I know you got another one in hand. Miss Jeanette said, yes, you can build a relationship or marry a person with kids. Love is love. My dad loved my mom. She had 5 kids from a previous relationship. Mm-hmm. My dad was a lawyer. He fell in love with my mom and took care of my brothers and sisters from a previous marriage. Love is love. So, yes, it can be done. But obviously, your mom did a wonderful job prior to him even coming in there with those children and made that situation, because 5 kids is not exactly a skip and hopping.
Well, you know what, though? Maybe it's also a scenario of the more the merry, because the kids can kind of
play with themselves.
Yeah, but if there's one, there's.
But you just said it. You said it a little while ago. You said kids are kids, and they're going to do things just to do things sometimes. Right. And even though that's a lot of people to play with, you're not playing with us.
Yeah,
we don't have your attention.
That's true.
Who's this guy?
That's true.
Or who's this girl? So
that's true.
It can go in a lot of different ways. Aww. But children are the most important thing. I know.
They really are.
I hate, by me not having a child, and crazy, I didn't grow up with a dad. So I understand the importance, though, of not trying to break a child's heart. I've been in situations where fathers have disappointed children, and I was sitting back observing that. And I see the reaction on the children's faces. And you can't expect a child to understand the maturity of the reasonings of why you have disappointed them if you promised them your time. Mm-hmm. So one thing I will never do, as God is my witness, is to break a child's heart. Once I give them my word, I'm going to definitely be able to continue to follow up with it. Very, very important. The reality of love is in effect tonight. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight. As always, every Thursday we do this. Now, next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So
about the turkey.
We will not be doing this live, but please, please, please make sure you go back and review some of the other shows that we have done. We've covered a lot of ground, a lot of topics. If you Google us or if you go on Facebook, we do have a Facebook page, Reality of Love. Both of our faces is on. A lot of people have a Reality of Love Facebook pages, but not these two pretty faces,
I think we should switch up the name. Can you do that on Facebook? Or is it stuck? Like, once it's your name, it's your name?
Maybe stuck.
Is it stuck?
I think so.
Well, we're still the real one.
The real McCoy.
That's right.
For sure. So, you delved into Dr. Ian Smith. Shout out to Dr. Ian Smith.
That's good because he's going to be on and I get to, go into his brain. I found this because last night we were talking about taking people to the family dinners, the holiday dinners that you're dating. When do you know?
How long should you wait?
Yeah.
You're dating somebody, should you take them to a holiday family dinner? Being so Thanksgiving.
And I read something in here and it brought me to it. Proper spacing. Men would be extremely.
Most people had said that you should wait maybe 6 months. Some people said, you know what, it doesn't matter. I mean, why go through the waiting process? You can kind of get a good feel of how this person is right off the cuff. Invite them to the holiday family dinner, and if they act up, obviously they won't be coming back for the next holiday dinner with the family. Because the family, look, family's family. And all those little dark secrets sometimes, or all the things that you may not want exposed, it could very well come out at a holiday dinner or even any kind of family get-together, because family will be family. And obviously they've known you for quite some time, and they have all the dish on you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe want to be selective and
careful. I don't know where it is in here, but it basically said that men do not want to be the ones to actually bring up inviting you to meet their family. It should be discussed in conversation, and that way they can invite you. They don't want to initiate it. Oh, it's time for you to, they want to kind of see if you are comfortable with meeting their mom or their family, and then they bring it up. So it's kind of like they sneak in a conversation.
Really? I don't know. I mean, I haven't met too many women that gave me that indication. I mean,
well, how do you, because your mom is a main factor in your life. So how do you know
she's been the only factor in my
life?
Right.
How do you know when it's time for her to meet? But your mom is so sweet. She's my
mom has gotten nicer as she has gotten older.
Okay. But okay, so wait. So we got, because I can't imagine her being.
She's a lion. She's a Leo. She's a lion. I mean, look, there's no one ever good for the baby. I'm the baby. So there's no one ever good.
So what were some of her reactions?
Well, her reactions, as
I'll ask her next time I see her.
Yeah, well,
I gotta ask.
I'm not
I
gonna
love
get into
it.
that.
If you've ever gotten the opportunity to meet Lenny's mom, she is, yeah.
But your mom is the same way, though.
Oh, I don't know. Your mother seems a bit sweeter. My mother will just like read you out loud.
See, I don't get that from your mom. I see you. I think you would probably, if you've had too much juice.
Okay, this is
real juice.
This is just juice. Don't try to.
I think you would probably do that, but your mom seems to be so sweet.
She is sweet. Yeah, she's a Gemini as well. Okay, so let me ask you a couple questions.
Shout out to all the multi-personality Geminis.
Okay, men would be extremely appreciative if you helped to relieve the holiday pressure. Here it is. By lowering expectations and mandates.
So break that down.
Y'all, what is that? This is coming from a man.
Okay, so read that again.
Men would be extremely appreciative if you helped to relieve the holiday pressure by lowering the expectations and mandates. Is he talking about presents or is he talking about...
That might be...
What is it,
that's
like,
what I would think. I would think it would lean more towards presents. Because it's definitely required. I mean, when you meet somebody, you kind of want to show good face.
Okay.
And is the holidays a great indication that how a person could truly be? Nah, not really. Because I could be a guy who just likes to spend money, and I'm not that guy though. And
Are you cheap, Lenny? Are you cheap?
No, I'm not cheap.
Okay.
I give unconditionally, and I give as much as I can.
He's just not a sucker. He's not gonna.
I've been a sucker, and I don't think you want to be a sucker, and that's my point. I don't think you want to be put in that situation where you give, but am I giving for what purpose am I giving this?
Right.
Am I
What
giving
are
it
your
for
intentions?
for the wrong reasons
Right.
to win her over? Because you could try to. You could give a person a lot, and they may not be feeling you the same way.
Exactly.
I mean, you get a bag of candy, and you just spend like $500, $600 on them. And it's so funny because I was in a restaurant just this past week, and there was a young lady who was working. I overheard her conversation with her coworker, and she was saying that when her boyfriend at the time, obviously she's not with dude no more, but the boyfriend at the time, she would pay very close attention to his likes and dislikes.
Okay.
And what his needs were or what he may have been eyeballing. And when certain things would come along, she would treat him to that.
That's considerate. Okay.
And then the scale wasn't balanced.
It wasn't reciprocated.
Nah. So, it's really important, and I think it's great when you find somebody who pays attention to you and you're just as attentive to them. I think I would lose my mind.
Yeah, no.
If I could be ever so lucky to a person to pay attention to my needs like that, or pay just
Well, that is an indication of, it's funny that you said that. That's an indication of being available. And in our email blast this week, I wrote a short excerpt of being a couple. And I put it in the context of relationship because that's the show, that's our show. But I wanted it to, that was initially my topic. I just wanted to talk about Dr. Ian Smith because I know, we're going to be like, so I just wanted
you got to get his book.
Yeah. And I saw that question and it related to the holidays. So, but the real other topic I had was being a couple, and it was for these days and times where when tragedy strikes, it is important to be there for other people. We can be extremely selfish and just look at the I, me, what it is that I need, what it is that I lost, as opposed to if you still have breath, you can be there of service to somebody. And I put in being a couple because a lot of times we get into relationships and we expect stuff, but don't know what it is we have to offer. So it's important that you bring that up with, acknowledging someone's needs. You don't have to talk to anyone, or you don't have to necessarily wait for them to tell you what they need. If you just sit back and pay attention and are really available, you can see what someone needs.
So define available.
Available means that you're not just around when times are good. Available is whether you need something or not, whether you want love, intimate sexual attention, any of that, you're around, you're available, you listen, you ask.
But when you take the responsibilities of raising a child, put that in the mix, depending on, again, the age of the child, you may not be available. You may not be able to fulfill the need that the person requires at a drop of a dime because of the responsibility that you have as a parent.
Then that's another, going back to that's another consideration that you need to have when dating someone with children, because
Does it change if you're dating somebody with the child as well? No. All right.
What do you mean? Whether you have them or
both?
What do you mean?
When both people have them.
No, it doesn't change. You both have to, I don't have children, but I do know, and you know what? No, I don't. I don't know how I'm going to be if and when I have children. I do know, academically, I understand. Psychologically, I understand that they should come first. Emotionally, I really don't know how I'm going to react. They might get on my damn nerves. And I might not want, no, seriously. Like, people have children and realize, like, I don't want to be a parent. This sucks. I can't deal with this. Why did I do this? Oh my goodness. And I'm hoping I won't be like that. But I'm saying that to say my child will come first. Like, I would hope that I would feel like my child will come first.
And that's the point that's the reason why I brought up what I brought up, because you paint a beautiful picture, but the other scenario reality is sometimes a person, they have responsibilities they have to do. They may have a pressing job.
Wait. That me
wait
personally.
Wait till the kid goes off to college?
No, not college, but, I think 7 is a good emotional, if you're a parent and your child is developing, I think 7 is a good age to allow for some space.
What do you mean?
Before you start dating and getting involved and taking all of maybe your attention away from that child. There's certain stages of development where a child psychologically still needs you.
Well, suppose suppose I met a woman and her child is well over 7. Let's say 11.
I'm just saying that's cool. But in terms of being a parent and prioritizing, you got a 1-year-old and you're dating someone new. How does that work? Like, it happens. It happens. And hopefully that person that's coming in is loving and wants a baby. But if you're single, why are you going out looking for a relationship when the most important relationship is right there and it's new? You mean the baby? Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? You're talking about having time. Like, it depends on the development and where your child is. Like, yeah, if you have a child that has special needs, you don't have time to be dating. And if you do, it has to be someone who understands that child has special needs and makes it about the child.
Yeah. This is the reality of love. We're keeping it real, baby. Up front for ya.
I have no kids. These kind of conversations is birth control for me.
She.
It is. I can't imagine. Like, I'm like, this is not a cocktail right now.
No, but you're drinking it like one, and your lipstick is not coming off that glass. But think what your mama had to go through with you.
She wanted me. Like, I was.
Look. I'm sure.
I was an upgrade to her life.
I'm sure your mama and your daddy definitely labeled you as a blessing. However, as you became from the little so cute to the monster you are, you probably would become a monster around 10.
No, 2. No, 2. Yeah,
terrible 2s.
Almost 2. Yeah.
Terrible didn't stop at 2.
Never shut up.
Bop. Mm-hmm. So, see, your mom had the heart of Job.
And when and my parents weren't together, and when she dated, Like, she dated some monsters, and I told them. Oh, I was a mess. Wasn't nobody sticking around with me.
You probably came up to them and kicked them, right?
No, I never kicked anyone.
Indy Smith. Remember her name? You may want to even Google her so that way you can find out a little bit about her past. Well, anyway. So, you can't, I don't think you should use this as a way of running from parenthood. I mean.
Oh, no, I'm not. If it's meant to be, I'll have one person with my DNA.
You don't think you'll have several?
Ooh, no. Oh, no. I can't.
You're the only child.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Have one.
Like, and I know this is
maybe
horrible.
that's the reason why you turned out the way you did.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit self-centered. I didn't have anybody
to play with.
No, I didn't need anybody to play with. Kids are dirty. No.
So maybe you need to have two.
What?
You need to have two.
No. What if I don't like the second one? Like,
then let the second one play with the first one. And then
no, I don't know. I don't want to talk. I don't know.
See, it's so
First,
confusing.
she's got to get somebody to play with her.
Exactly. Oh, wow. You want to say?
That's rich, baby. Rich on the other side.
So first, I have to get to some. Okay, I need somebody to come play with me.
And you know what? I think he brought up a very.
Might have three.
I think he brought up a very valid point. Because you know what? As long as you stay occupied, then everything is fine. When you don't have. You seem to be a person that you have to stay busy. You have to stay occupied.
Yeah.
If you don't stay occupied, then a lot of stuff starts filtering in from all different directions with you.
Yeah. Idle mind. I'm not good to have an idle mind. No.
Saying idle mind is the devil's workshop.
He is.
That's the old school saying.
Yep. It's a carnival of devilness going up here. When I'm not, yeah. So.
Hey, look, we don't have too much time left. We're about to shut this down, but it's been really real. Let me say that there are continued efforts to just help those who are in need, and if you're watching
Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah, for Hurricane Sandy.
Okay.
If you log on to the WBLS website, you can find a listing of the various FEMA locations. And if you log on to lennygreen.com, there's even a listing that we posted up. They already started doing redevelopment and helping folks whose houses have been damaged. And all the information is on lennygreen.com. So make sure that you log on to both of the websites, and wherever you can help, be a blessing to somebody, please, by all means, consider it within your heart. We are coming upon a very sacred time of the year. I know it's a very commercial time of the year, and capitalists definitely rel in this arena, but this is the time of the year that I've always loved. I love the holidays.
I do too.
Not for the materialistic aspect.
It's the quality time.
It was the family. It was everybody coming together. It was a festive moment when my grandparents was living.
I love the decorating.
I love the decorations. I like all that. I just don't like, the fact that everyone goes ballistic and it's all about the gifts.
Right.
It's about one thing. You don't have to get a ton of gifts. It's just about one little simple thing. It doesn't mean that it has to be very expensive. It doesn't have to be a certain size. It's about that one little special thing that you find that you need to give to someone from your heart unconditionally. And if you can do that and understand the importance of family, the importance of good friends in and around your life, I think that's the true essence of the season.
I think if you could get this year, I'm motivating my family that we all go out and help another family who's been devastated, because we have each other. Like no one in my family is gone from this or gone. Period. Like we're still here. We haven't gotten next week yet, but like I can easily buy something from my mom this year. But she would much rather I go and get something from somebody else. And we do that anyway every year. Whatever I get for you, I get for a stranger. And right now people need it. Like it's
so
not.
So you never adopted a family before?
No. Okay. How do you do that? You
just said it, so I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know it was the actual thing people do. I just.
Oh, okay.
You just go to different shelters, and they have. Like different children's shelters and hospitals, especially in hospitals, like the children in hospitals that can't get out. Like it's addictive. Once you get used to helping,
yeah. Well, and look, the more love you give, trust me, the more love you will receive back in return. So, I think I hope that you find it within your heart. If you have a lot, if you've been blessed, then definitely pass it on, just like the song says.
Be a couple, and that just doesn't mean with a lover. Be a couple. Be couple up with somebody who needs help. Couple up that needs a support system, needs somebody to vent to. Like, you have a lot of people right now who are really going through it. Like they're talking about the family was on Staten Island.
Yeah.
That lost their
kids.
2 boys.
Oh man, that was devastating.
Like, they are really trying to work through how they're going to get through the holidays, and they have each other, but just their emotional and psychological state right now is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so if you got people that are alive, there are people out there that need you. Couple up with some people. You
know we all go through different things at different times of our life. And I know you feel that your problems is far, far larger than anybody else's. You know, I was on a train today, and there was this young lady who got on the train, and she was in a wheelchair. But not only was she in a wheelchair, she didn't have any hands. And I just it just made me realize not to take anything in life for granted. You know, I can't complain about nothing. I won't complain about what kind of uncomfortableness or inconvenience I went through with this storm in comparison to so many people that have went through devastation, whose lives have been torn apart, memories are gone, and the whole nine. So, you know, when you think you're going through something, there's someone going through something far more. So, again,
so how can people get stuff for Sandy victims if they want to donate?
If you're in New Jersey, I know you can go to, everything is listed on WBLS.com. We have a few shelters listed, and they need everything from diapers to baby food to warm clothes, cleaning products, anything that you have, water. You know, especially like the folks in Long Island and Far Rockaway, and even in sections of Coney Island and in Red Hook section of Brooklyn, you know, a lot of water was contaminated. So bottled water is really quintessential. So anything you can find, non-perishable food items, is really, really, really needed as well. But,
wow. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Be blessed. Happy Thanksgiving,
Come
Sierra.
over. Come over
Sierra.
and let people see. Come here, Vito. Say Happy Thanksgiving to people.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Scrooge. He's such a Scrooge. Rich, the big mouth in the back. Do you want to say Happy Thanksgiving on camera to people? Oh, did you? He did? No, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. You know what?
That's going to do it for us for this week. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. We're all about giving and helping somebody. And I know you'll do your part to do whatever you need to do for someone in need. Until next time, like I said, connect with us on Facebook. Email us, realityoflovelive@gmail.com. Lenny Green.
Indy Smith.
Until next time, y'all. Night-night.